Hi there! In this video, I'm going to cover how I mirror my iPad in teletherapy sessions so that my students that are at home on their computer can see what I have open on my iPad. Now remember, your students won't be able to interact with the iPad that you have on your desk, and you will have to actually touch the iPad to make things happen. But you will be mirroring what is on your iPad onto your computer, then you share your screen and your students can see it. So this is really great for iPad assessments or games that your students are really into or things that you just really want to be able to use from the iPad. So let's get into the video.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you the software I use, and then I'm going to show you step by step how to mirror your iPad with it. So, or your iPhone. So this is what I use. It's called Reflector 3. It's by Air Squirrels, and you can try it for free for 7 days to kind of check out and see if you like it. I think it has a watermark on it, but it's a good chance to see if it'll work for you within your platform. I use this with GoToMeeting and Zoom, and it's worked fine. So once you sign up and download this product, it's in New Zealand dollars, $35. I think in American dollars it's much cheaper. And it's a one-off payment. You don't subscribe. And then what you do is, so I open up, this is it here, Reflector 3. It's this tiny little window I just opened up. And then what you do is you go to your device. So let me show you what it's going to look like. On your iPad, let me make this a bit bigger so we can see this. On your iPad, if you pull down from the top, or on your iPhone, you pull down for the top to find this control panel, there's this button here called screen mirroring. So this menu won't come up until you hit screen mirroring. Once I've mirrored my own iPad, I'll show you where it is, but of course I can't show you where it is until I start mirroring my iPad so you can see my screen recording. So you hit the screen mirroring button on your iPad. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then you'll see what happens. Okay, so what happened is I hit the screen mirroring button, and then a pop down menu came up like this, and that's where I saw my desktop computer. So let me move this out of the way. So I hit screen mirroring, then my desktop computer showed up here. The reason it showed up here is because I have Reflector 3 open on my computer. Okay, so now I need to put that code in that it just showed me, but I waited too long, so just a second. Okay, and then on your computer, the code will come up and you write the code in on your iPad. So 6183, and then hit OK. It just times out. All right, and now you can see my iPad. So see how the screen mirroring menu came up? So let me show you what I did. Now we're looking at my actual iPad. Before we were looking at a picture on a screen. So I'll show you from the beginning. So if you pull down from the top, see this is where the screen mirroring button would have been. So if I hit that, see, there's the menu. And so I hit Brooke's desktop. And when I hit Brooke's desktop on my computer, it came up with the code. Okay, so now we can see my iPad, and whatever I do on my iPad will show up on my computer screen. So if I was to be sharing my screen with one of my students, they could see my iPad. And now there's some settings that you can do. You can also record your screen, but you don't really need to do that. So you can set up some settings, what you want your frame to be, the scale, whether you want it to be full screen or not, force rotation. Always on top would mean that no matter what you do behind it, it stays on top. I don't like that. I want to be able to minimize it. And whether you want to display full screen. So this is how I have mine set up. And I think I've made it so that I can change the size of the window. So yeah, I've got it to full screen. Let's go default size. Yeah. So then I can move it over if I want. So you can move it over and around. This here was just an image that I brought up to show you. So let me now show you how I might use this in teletherapy. So I'm going to bring back up Reflector 3. So it's down here. I need to open Reflector 3. And also, let me just check something on my screen recorder. Sorry guys, my screen recorder was flashing at me. All right, so now let's get out of these settings because we don't need them. Okay, so in a session, I might have open the Test Center app on my iPad. So my iPad's on my desk, okay? And you might turn on Do Not Disturb mode so that you don't get notifications, or just flick them out of the way. Okay, so I might have my assessment open, and now the student can see my iPad because it's on my screen, and I can move it over if I want to. And as I swipe through the assessment on my iPad, the students can see it. And so if they had a game they really liked, like let's find Toka. Now the kids can't interact with it. I'm going to turn the sound off in a moment. Make sure you turn the sound off on your apps. One moment, guys. Okay, so I just turned the volume off on my iPad. Like, I just muted the entire iPad. It's just a lot easier. You can always turn it back up again if you want the students to hear it. Though it depends whether your platform allows that, even for you to transfer your audio from your computer. So you can always make the sounds for the app. That'd be a fun activity. So you just would play. I mean, the students can't control it, and I'm controlling it on my actual iPad. But if there's an app they really like or an assessment you have on your iPad, this is how you mirror it. Now, in Zoom, I think there is the screen mirroring for Apple devices already built into the platform, but I don't use Zoom. I think that feature is not worth the price that you pay. So I use GoToMeeting, which is only, I have the business level plan, so that's $19 a month, $19 a month. Whereas for HIPAA compliance on Zoom, it's $200. But with the Zoom, you do get, screen mirroring. You also get more device capabilities for your students, and also annotation. And so for me, I use Adobe Acrobat Reader for annotation. I have a video about that on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and also on YouTube. So I don't need to worry about not having annotations in GoToMeeting. And also for screening my iPad here, this program here cost me a one-off payment of 35 New Zealand dollars, and now it's mine and I can use it whenever I want. So instead of paying monthly for that feature. So for me, that's why I choose to use Reflector 3, because I'm not using Zoom. I'm sure that with Zoom it's very similar of how you can mirror your iPad, but I hope that was helpful, guys. And that this is a way that you can use your favorite apps, or also the Skip app as well. Man, I love the Skip app. See, it automatically turned around for me because I have auto rotate on. So we do a quick trial session, and then let's do minimal pairs. Go next. We'll pick R to W. And go, what do I need to do? Do I need to pick some? I normally use this for multiple oppositions. I don't normally use this so much for minimal pairs because I have another activity for that. But now we can see our activities. Rage, wage. Oh, I've set this up the wrong way. The error sound's meant to be on the other side, but you get the idea. You score it on here. So if we were working on the W sound, which, let's be honest, you're probably going to be working on the R sound, you can mark your scores here, and then it will keep it for you. It's a great app, but I mostly use it for multiple oppositions. Okay, all right, guys, take care and reach out if you have any questions.